I've been dropped into a novel, and I'm the villain who gets off 3 days from now. It starts at my engagement party. I'm supposed to be the obsessive, pathetic loser pining after the story's heroine. Instead, I tear up our engagement in front of everyone and walk out into the night a free man. Or so I think. A few hours later, I'm broke, all my cards are frozen, and I'm caught in a torrential downpour, shivering like a stray dog. Just as I'm starting to think I'll freeze to death on a random Manhattan Street corner, a black umbrella appears over my head. The person holding it is my old college advisor. She crouches down, gently wiping the rain from my face. Her smile is soft, but her eyes have a possessive, unsettling gleam. "Leo," she whispers, her voice a caress. "You finally have no one left but me." I refuse. Silence. The kind that's so total you can hear the blood pounding in your own ears. My name is Leo Vance, and my life has officially become a piece of fiction. The scene is my own engagement party at the Grand Storia. Standing across from me, looking flawless and shell-shocked, is Sophie Hayes, the story's female lead. And me? I'm the cliché rich kid villain, the obsessive simp who's supposed to lose everything to the book's hero in 3 days before taking a swan dive off a skyscraper. The ultimate chump. I glance down at the Patek Philippe on my wrist. Right. T-minus 71 hours and 59 minutes until my entire life implodes. "Leo, have you lost your damn mind?" Sophie's father, my would-be father-in-law, slams his hand on a table and shoots to his feet. My own father's face is a thundercloud. "You little bastard. Do you have any idea what you're saying?" "Oh, I know exactly what I'm saying. If I didn't, I wouldn't be standing here." Even Sophie, with her perfect porcelain doll face, is staring at me in disbelief. She probably can't compute why the guy who's been chasing her like a lovesick puppy for 3 years would suddenly bail at the finish line. I loosen my tie and pick up a glass of red wine from a nearby table. I said the engagement is off. I walk towards Sophie. She instinctively takes a step back, her eyes wary. I almost laugh. "You're free, Sophie." I hold the wine glass out to her. "As of today, Leo Vance is officially out of your life." She doesn't take it. I shrug, indifferent, and down the wine in one go. Then, as 100 pairs of eyes watch in stunned silence, I let the empty glass drop. It shatters on the marble floor. The sharp crack feels like the perfect end to this farce. From this moment on, the Vance family and the Hayes family have nothing to do with each other. I rip the white rose from my lapel, toss it onto the shards of glass, and turn to leave. "Stop him. Somebody stop that ungrateful brat." My father roars from behind me. 2 guys in suits, bodyguards, move to block my path. I stop and give them a cold smile. "What's this?" The engagement falls through, so we move on to kidnapping? Not a good look for the Vance family reputation, is it? They hesitate, just for a second, and that's all I need. I walk past them without a backward glance and straight out of the ballroom. The cool night air hits me as I step outside the hotel, clear in my head. Step 1 complete. Now for step 2. Figure out how to survive the next 71 hours and dodge the hero's corporate attack. I pull out my phone to book a flight. Anywhere, just get out of the country. "We're sorry, this card has been declined." "What?" I try another card. "We're sorry, this card has been declined." I open my banking app. Every single one of my accounts wiped. 0 balance. Damn, my father works fast. He's trying to force me to crawl back, tail between my legs. Not a chance. I, Leo Vance, would rather starve to death on the street than go back to being that pathetic simp. A low rumble of thunder echoes between the skyscrapers, and the sky opens up. Seriously? Even God has it out for me. The rain is biblical. I huddle under the awning of a bus stop, soaked to the bone, my teeth chattering. My phone is at 5%. I scroll through my contacts, a long list of fair-weather friends who are probably already screening my calls. I let out a bitter laugh. Headlights cut through the downpour. A black Audi A8 pulls up to the curb. The window glides down, revealing a face I know. Leo. I stare, confused. Dr. Reed. Dr. Evelyn Reed. She was my academic advisor at NYU. A few years older than me. She'd stayed on after getting her doctorate. She was a legend in our department. Brilliant, beautiful, but notoriously cold and distant. She was always perfectly professional, though. "Fair. What's she doing here?" "What are you doing standing in the rain?" "Get in," she says, her tone crisp and businesslike. I hesitate. "Dr. Reed, get in, she repeats, firmer this time. It's not a request. I pull the heavy door open and slide into the passenger seat, instantly enveloped by the warmth of the car and the scent of expensive leather. Thank you, Dr. Reed. Where do you live? I'll take you home, she says, her eyes fixed on the road. I stop. Home. Back to my father's house, where he'd probably break my legs before dragging me back to the haze to apologize. I don't have anywhere to go. I admit, my voice barely a whisper. Evelyn's hands tighten on the steering wheel. She seems to understand, because she doesn't ask any more questions. You can come to my place for now. Get into some dry clothes before you catch pneumonia. I couldn't impose. It's no trouble. Her voice is as cool as ever. I watch her profile as she drives. In the passing glow of the streetlights, her skin is flawless, her long lashes casting shadows on her cheeks. I remember hearing she came from a pretty modest background. The pressure of being a junior faculty member at a place like NYU had to be intense. I'd seen the lights on in her office late at night plenty of times. This Audi must be a rental. The car winds its way into a quiet, residential part of the city I've never seen, pulling into the underground garage of a sleek, unassuming tower with security that looks tighter than the White House. She parks in a spot reserved for the penthouse. We're here. I follow her into a private elevator that opens directly into her apartment, and I just stop completely stunned. This is an advisor's place? It's a penthouse that has to be 5,000 square feet, all minimalist chic and understated money. Floor-to-ceiling windows wrap around the living room, revealing a panoramic, glittering view of the entire Manhattan skyline. My family's mansion in Greenwich feels like a rundown shack compared to this. Dr. Reed, you. Make yourself at home. She pulls a new pair of slippers from a closet. I'll get you a change of clothes. I numbly slip my feet into them and sink into a sofa that's bigger than my old dorm room. I'm starting to think I got the wrong script for this whole transmigration thing. A college advisor lives like this? Evelyn returns with a set of new silk pajamas. The guest bathroom is down the hall. Go take a hot shower. Okay. When I come out, feeling human again, she's sitting at a large dining table. A glass of warm milk is waiting for me, along with a thick document. Drink this. I take a sip of the milk, the warmth spreading through my chest. Dr. Reed, thank you for tonight. I'll be out of your hair first thing in the morning. And where will you go tomorrow? She interrupts, her voice even. Your father has frozen all your accounts. You can't go back to your family, and the haze won't have you. She lays out the facts with clinical precision. My stomach drops. How does she know all that? Leo. She looks up, her cool gray eyes locking onto mine. You have nothing now. I clench my fists. Would you like to stay here with me? She asks suddenly. What? She slides the document across the table. Sign this. I look down. My eyes widen. Personal assistant and cohabitation agreement. My hands are shaking. Dr. Reed. Evelyn. What is this? Exactly what it says. She takes a sip of water. I require a personal assistant to handle various day-to-day matters. You require a place to live and an income. It's mutually beneficial. I scan the terms. Salary, $50,000 a month. Room and board included. Full benefits. Duties include 1. Manage the client's daily domestic needs. 2. Accompany the client to necessary social and professional engagements. 3. Other tasks as assigned by the client. This isn't a personal assistant job. This is Dr. Reed, you got the wrong guy. I don't know how to do any of this. Yes, you do. She cuts me off. You know how to drive. You have a taste for fine wine. You play golf. You speak multiple languages. Everything a Vansair was taught to do. A chill runs down my spine. How could she possibly know all that? Those were all skills the old Leo picked up trying to impress Sophie. Have you been investigating me? I was your advisor for 4 years, she says calmly. I have your student file, right? Because student files definitely list your golf handicap and wine preferences. I feel like a bug under a microscope. Why me? Because you are the most suitable candidate. She stands and walks to the vast window overlooking the city. Leo, you have no other options. You can sign this, live here, and I will ensure you want for nothing. Or you can walk out that door right now, back into the rain, and wait for the news of your family's bankruptcy to hit the press tomorrow. When it does, how do you think all the people you've crossed over the years will treat you? Her words are like knives. She's right. In a novel, after my family went bankrupt, the hero's rivals tortured me. I sign it, she adds, playing her final card, and I'll take care of all your previous troubles. I stare at the contract. Those two words, cohabitation agreement, are practically glowing. I just jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire, didn't I? Is this my new life? My second chance as a kept man for my college advisor? Fine, I'll sign. I grab the pen and scrawl my name. Dignity? Can't eat dignity. Survival is all that matters now. Excellent. A small, satisfied smile touches Evelyn's lips. She produces a new phone from a drawer. Your old number is compromised. This one is clean. Your room is the one at the end of the hall, on the left. Get some rest. You start work tomorrow. I walk into a guest room bigger than my old master suite at home. Lying on the impossibly soft bed, my head is still spinning. Transmigration, calling off an engagement, going broke, and getting rescued by my advisor. This one night has been more insane than my entire previous life. Who is Evelyn Reed? This apartment, this power, this level of intel. She's not just some college advisor. The next morning, my internal clock wakes me up at dawn. I walk out of my room to find Evelyn already dressed for the day. She's not in her usual conservative blouse and skirt. She's wearing a tailored Chanel power suit, her hair swept up in an elegant chignon, revealing a face that is both severe and stunning. She's sitting at the dining table, sipping coffee and reading the Wall Street Journal. 2 plates with a gourmet breakfast are set out. You're awake. Come and eat. Dr. Reed. Ms. Reed. I try. She glances up at me. At home, you can call me Evelyn. Or, since I was a few years ahead of you, you can call me by my name. Evelyn. Good. I sit down, picking at my food, my appetite gone. Your father's company will be acquired by Apex Dynamics at 9 a.m. This morning, she says casually. My hand freezes halfway to my mouth. Apex Dynamics? That was the main rival to the hero's family business in the book. The original plot had the hero's company bankrupting mine. What changed? I arranged it, Evelyn says, as if discussing the weather. It's better for them to sell for a good price than to be dismantled and absorbed by the Crofts. Your parents will have enough money to live comfortably for the rest of their lives. My toast falls from my fingers. You did that. You signed a contract. It was my responsibility to resolve your loose ends. She dabs her lips with a napkin. Finish your breakfast. We have to be somewhere. I follow her numbly down to the garage. Today it's not the Audi. It's a Maybach, the kind I've only seen in magazines. A chauffeur holds the door open for her. She looks back at me and raises a perfectly sculpted eyebrow. Well, Leo, aren't you getting in? I swallow hard and get in the car. It drives us straight to the most expensive skyscraper in Midtown, the headquarters of Apex Dynamics. Oh God. As Evelyn walks through the lobby, every employee we pass bows their head slightly. Good morning, Ms. Reed. I trail behind her, my legs feeling like jelly. She's the mysterious CEO of Apex Dynamics, the one the business world whispered about, the ruthless operator who consolidated half of the city's old money empires into her own. My quiet, underpaid, overworked college advisor. My brain short circuits. Your desk is out here, she says, pointing to a small, sleek office adjacent to her palatial corner suite. My executive assistant will brief you. I sit down at my new desk, my mind a complete blank. I haven't just signed on to be a kept man. I've signed on to serve a dragon. The days that followed were surreal. At the office, Evelyn was the Ice Queen CEO I'd heard rumors about. I watched her kill a $10 million project with a few sharp words, verbally dissecting her senior VPs until they were pale and sweating. But at home, she was a different person. She put on an apron and tried to cook for me, though the results were questionable. She'd make me sit next to her on the couch while she watched her eye financial documentaries. The credit card she gave me had a modest limit, just enough for daily expenses. She bought me an entirely new wardrobe, all curated to her own minimalist, expensive taste. I felt less like an assistant and more like her pet. This weekend, you're coming with me to a gala, she says one evening, applying a face mask while reviewing a report. What kind of gala? The Crofts are hosting it. My stomach clenches. Julian Croft, the book's hero. His party? Sophie Hayes will be there, too, she adds nonchalantly. My anxiety spikes. Going to a Croft party feels like walking into the lion's den. Evelyn, do I have to go? What do you think, Leo? She peels off the mask, revealing her flawless skin. Clause 3 of your contract. Accompany the client to necessary social engagements. I shut my mouth. On Saturday night, I put on the Armani tuxedo Evelyn had tailored for me. The man in the mirror looks sharp, confident, almost a stranger. It fits you perfectly. Evelyn is standing behind me, her reflection next to mine. She reaches out and adjusts my bow tie. She's wearing a stunning black evening gown, a diamond necklace glittering at her throat. Her fingertips are cool against my skin. Ego rigid. Don't be nervous, she murmurs, her voice close to my ear. As long as I'm there, no one will dare touch you. Her tone is filled with a comforting, absolute authority. The gala is at the Croft family estate on Long Island, a palace of gold leaf and crystal chandeliers. The moment Evelyn enters on my arm, we become the center of attention. Isn't that Evelyn Reed from Apex? Who's the guy with her? Never seen him before. He's handsome. Must be her new boy toy. I feel my cheeks burn. Head up, shoulders back. Evelyn whispers. You're with me. I take a deep breath and straighten my spine. So what if I'm a kept man? I'm her kept man. There's a difference. Ms. Reed, what a pleasure. We're honored you could make it. A handsome man in a white tuxedo approaches us. Julian Croft, the hero, and trailing behind him, looking miserable, is Sophie Hayes. Mr. Croft, the pleasure is all mine, Evelyn replies with a cool smile. Julian's eyes land on me. There's a flicker of surprise, then open hostility. And this is my assistant, Leo Vance. Evelyn pulls me just a little closer. Leo Vance. Julian's eyes narrow. The name sounds familiar. Weren't you Sophie's ex-fiancé? He stresses the word. Sophie flinches. You have a good memory, I say, my smile tight. And you and Ms. Hayes seem to have gotten together quickly. Congratulations. Julian's expression darkens. Sophie just looks mortified. Leo, don't say things like that, she hisses. Am I wrong? You. Gentlemen, Evelyn cuts in smoothly. Julian, I actually came tonight to talk about that parcel of land on the east side. Oh, you're interested, Evelyn. Not interested. She smiles. I'm informing you. Apex is taking it. Her voice was quiet, but it carried. The whole party seemed to go silent. Julian's face turns black. Don't you think you're overreaching, Evelyn? Not at all. She picks up a flute of champagne. Croft Industries has a cash flow problem right now. You can't afford it. You. Julian clenches his fists. We'll see about that. He grabs Sophie's arm and storms away. I look at Evelyn's calm profile, filled with awe. So this is what a real boss looks like. I could get used to this. Later in the evening, I excuse myself to find a restroom. I'm turning down a quiet hallway when someone steps in front of me. Sophie. Leo. What are you doing with Evelyn Reed? She demands. Are you her boy toy now? Is that it? That's none of your business, Sophie, I say coldly. We're not engaged anymore, remember? You. She's trembling with anger. Leo, you're an idiot. Evelyn Reed is a monster. You'll regret getting involved with her. I don't know if she's a monster, I say, taking a step closer, backing her against the wall. All I know is that my life is pretty damn good right now. So good, in fact, that I never want to see your face again. Sophie's face goes white. I move to walk past her. Leo, wait, she calls out. Do you even know? She's been obsessed with you for years. I freeze. What are you talking about? I've seen her before. At NYU. She wasn't just an advisor. She's the biggest donor to the university. She took that job just to get close to you. My mind goes blank. She's a psycho. She watches you. I spin around and grab her by the shoulders. What did you just say? I'm not lying. Sophie is on the verge of tears. I hacked her server. I saw it. Her voice drops to a terrified whisper. It was full of pictures of you, Leo. Thousands of them, starting from your freshman year. I feel like I've been struck by lightning. Leo. Evelyn's icy voice comes from the end of the hall. I turn slowly. She's standing there, her expression unreadable, her eyes like chips of granite. What are you doing? Evelyn, she said. We're going home. Now. She doesn't give me a chance to explain. The ride back to the city is suffocatingly silent. I can't look at her. Sophie's words are echoing in my head. Obsessed with you for years? Became an advisor for me? Watch me? This isn't a romance. It's a horror story. The moment the penthouse door closes behind us, Evelyn slams me against it. What did she tell you? Her strength is shocking, her gaze terrifyingly intense. And nothing. Don't lie to me. She suddenly laughs, a low, chilling sound. Leo, do you really think you can run from me? She pulls something small and black from her pocket. A tiny tracking device. It's in your car, in your phone. It's even sewn into the button of the tuxedo you're wearing tonight. She crushes the device between her fingers. I knew Sophie was digging into my life. I let her find exactly what I wanted her to find. You what? I'm shaking now, a primal fear taking hold. Why would you do this? Why? She leans in, her warm breath on my face. Because I love you, Leo. I've loved you since the first day you walked into my advising office as a freshman. I waited 4 years. I waited for you to graduate. I waited for you to finally be done with that idiotic girl. And now you're all mine. Her I love you hits me like a physical blow. This isn't love. This is a sickness. Evelyn, this is illegal. I shout, my voice cracking. Illegal? She smiles, a slow, predatory smile. Leo, have you forgotten? You live in my house. You eat my food. You wear the clothes I buy for you. Your bankrupt family was bailed out by my money. Without me, you are nothing. I can't say a word. She's right. What did you think you were signing? She pulls another document from a drawer and throws it at my chest. I pick it up. My blood runs cold. It isn't a personal assistant agreement. It's a marriage certificate. Signed by me. Signed by her. Dated the day I moved in. I signed 2 documents that night, not one. When did you? You should read contracts more carefully, Leo. She cups my chin, forcing me to meet her gaze. Legally, you're my husband, and you are never, ever leaving me. I finally break. I escape the novel's plot only to fall into a far deeper, more terrifying trap. I'm not a kept man. I'm a prisoner. I'm shaking with rage. You're despicable. Thank you. She releases me and smooths her hair. I'll handle Sophie. As for you, she points a finger at me. You will stay here. You will be a good boy, and you will not go anywhere. Or else. She doesn't finish the threat. She doesn't have to. I was under house arrest. Evelyn took my new phone and cut the internet. The magnificent penthouse was now my gilded cage. All I could do was stare out at the city lights and wonder if getting wiped out in 3 days might have been the better option. At least it would have been quick. A couple of days later, Evelyn comes home. She looks tired but pleased. She's wearing her old advisor outfit, a simple white blouse and a black skirt. So unassuming. No one would ever guess the monster lurking underneath. Have you had time to think? She asks, sitting across from me. I don't answer. Sophie's father has sent her to a wellness retreat in Switzerland, she says lightly. She won't be coming back to bother us again. A chill goes through me. And Julian Croft? The APEC board initiated a hostile takeover of Croft Industries this morning. He's a little too busy to worry about you now. She single-handedly took out the book's hero and heroine. What do you want from me? I ask, my voice raw. I want you to love me, she says simply, the way I love you. That isn't love. It's possession. Is there a difference? She asks. Leo, I was your advisor, but you were my student. You taught me things, too. Did you forget? Every time you came in my office for a signature, I made sure I was there. You thought that was a coincidence? Every time you played basketball, I was in the stands. You thought that was by chance. My whole body feels like it's been dipped in ice water. This woman has been playing a 4-year-long game, and I was the prize. I thought that was the end of Sophie. But a month later, she was back. Evelyn brought her. I'm on the couch, watching TV, my only sanctioned entertainment, when the door opens. In walks Evelyn, followed by a pale, thin Sophie. But the look in Sophie's eyes isn't fear. It's excitement. Evelyn, what's going on? Sophie is going to be our new neighbor, Evelyn announces calmly. I'm sorry, what? Evelyn, thank you so much for everything, Sophie says, smiling sweetly. Evelyn smiles back. Of course. We girls have to stick together. My jaw is on the floor. When did these two become frenemies? Leo, Evelyn says, sitting next to me and linking her arm through mine. Sophie decided that Julian Croft was a lost cause. She thinks it's better to keep things in the family, so to speak. Sophie winks at me. Leo, or should I say, brother-in-law, looks like we'll be seeing a lot of each other. My brain feels like it's about to melt. What is Evelyn playing at now? Keeping her rival right next door? The moment Evelyn goes to the kitchen to get drinks, Sophie leans in close. Leo, don't worry, she whispers frantically. I'm here to help you. Help me. That psycho has you trapped here. She ruined my father's company. I pretended to surrender so I could get back. We have to work together to escape. I look at her earnest, determined face and feel nothing. Escape? To where? The entire world feels like it's under Evelyn's thumb. Sophie, I sigh. You're in way over your head. What? Here's your juice, Sophie. Evelyn returns, handing her a glass. Leo, why don't you two catch up? I have some work to do in my study. And she just leaves. She's not worried about us plotting. Sophie is stunned. Leo, she'll. I gesture with my eyes toward the ceiling corner. A tiny red light on a pinhole camera blinks once. The color drains from Sophie's face. She can hear every word we're saying. Sophie collapses back onto the sofa. She's insane, completely insane. Welcome to the asylum. I pick up an apple and take a loud crunch. Oh, and by the way, I add in a low voice, your father's company is now a subsidiary of Apex. Your return was her idea, too. The last bit of light dies in Sophie's eyes. She fled and never came back. I don't think she ever will. That night, Evelyn emerges from her study. She showered, wearing a silk nightgown, her dark hair damp and clinging to her shoulders. Enjoy the show? I ask lazily from the couch. Sophie is a terrible actress. She walks over and takes the remote from my hand. But your performance was very satisfactory. You didn't try to run away with her. And where would I run? I ask with a self-deprecating laugh. Nowhere, she says honestly. Leo, stop thinking about pointless things. She leans over the couch, her hands on either side of me, trapping me. The familiar, cool scent of her perfume fills my senses. You are my advisor, I say, my voice trembling slightly. I'm your wife now. She lowers her head and kisses me. This time, it's not cold or threatening. It's tinged with a strange tenderness, a possessive warmth that I can't fight, that I don't want to fight. She's beautiful. She's brilliant. She's terrifyingly powerful. And she loves only me, in her own twisted, all-consuming way. This insane new life. Maybe it isn't so bad after all. I close my eyes and kiss her back. When she finally pulls away, we're both breathless. She licks her lips, her cool gray eyes now dark with a fire I've never seen before. Leo, she whispers, her voice husky. You're mine. I thought things might settle down after that. Then Julian Croft showed up. I have no idea how he got past building security. Evelyn was at a conference out of town. The doorbell rang, and I, thinking it was a food delivery, opened it without looking. There he was looking like hell, his eyes wild. Leo, where is she? Where did you hide Sophie? He shoved me aside and stormed into the apartment. Croft? How the hell did you get in here? Cut the crap. Where is she? He roared, tearing the room apart. Sophie's gone. You idiot, I said, rubbing my shoulder. Liar. That psycho Evelyn has her locked up somewhere. If you don't tell me where she is, I'll burn this place to the ground. I laughed. Burn it down? With what? Your company is already ashes. His face contorted in a mask of pure rage. This is all your fault. If it wasn't for you, none of this would have happened. He lunged at me. We crashed to the floor, trading useless, clumsy punches. Suddenly, the front door flew open with a loud crack. Evelyn stood there, her trench coat dripping rainwater, flanked by a dozen men in black suits. Stop, she said. Her voice could have frozen fire. Julian froze, his face a mask of terror. Evelyn, get him, she said, pointing at Julian, out of my home. Two guards hauled him to his feet. You bitch, let me go, he screamed, struggling. Leo, you're nothing but her lapdog. Thwack. Evelyn strode forward and drove the heel of her boot into his stomach. He crumpled, gasping for air. Say one more word, she said, crouching down and pressing the stiletto heel of her shoe against his cheek, and I will personally ensure that what's left of your family name is erased from this city. The killing intent in her eyes was real. Julian went silent. Take out the trash. The guards dragged him away. The apartment was quiet again. She looked at me, her expression softening. Are you hurt? She asked, coming over to inspect my face. Your lip is bleeding. I'm fine. You got the worst of it. I'm sorry, she said, her voice low. It was a security lapse. It won't happen again. It's not your fault. I promise you, she said, her eyes boring into mine. No one will ever hurt you again. The next day, Croft Industries was officially dissolved. The hero was gone for good. But Evelyn's obsession only grew stronger. She installed cameras in my bedroom for my safety. She'd call the bathroom intercom when I was in the shower. The towels are on the third shelf to your left, Leo. I was losing my mind. I had no privacy, no space, no self. Evelyn, this is too much. I finally yelled at her. Is it? She tilted her head, looking genuinely confused. I'm your wife. Isn't it normal to want to see my husband? I had no answer. And the scariest part? I was getting used to it. I was getting used to the constant surveillance, her suffocating control. I was even starting to crave it, the feeling of being the absolute center of someone's universe. I was definitely going crazy. One night, she came home late from a business dinner, flushed from wine. She threw her arms around me and buried her face in my neck, murmuring my name like a prayer. Leo, Leo. I'm so scared, she whispered. Scared of what? I asked, stroking her back. That you'll leave me, that you'll disappear like everyone else. My heart ached for her. I remembered her file, the illegitimate daughter of a powerful family, always an outsider. Her coldness was a shield. Her loneliness was real. I'm not going anywhere, I said, holding her tighter. I can't. Really? She looked up, her eyes shining. Really? Then prove it. How? She took my hand and pressed it over her heart. Prove that you're mine. She kissed me, her mouth tasting of wine and desperation. I didn't pull away. I kissed her back, taking control, pouring every ounce of my own confused, desperate feelings into it. To hell with the book. To hell with being the villain. All I wanted was this woman who loved me to the point of madness. She was once my advisor. Now, she was my world. I scooped her up into my arms and carried her to the bedroom. Tonight, she was going to learn who was in charge. The next morning, I woke up sore but satisfied. Evelyn was gone, but a note was on the nightstand. Breakfast is on the table. Emergency at the office. Back tonight. Love you. The handwriting was as elegant as she was. I smiled and picked up my phone. A new one, without any tracking software. A sign of trust. I scrolled through the news. Apex Dynamics was everywhere. Evelyn Reed, the undisputed queen of New York. And I was the man behind the queen. My new life as the husband of a beautiful, possessive billionaire. I could live with this. I opened my messages. A new request. Sophie Hayes. Leo, congratulations, you're finally free. I smirked and typed back. I was never a prisoner. A question mark appeared instantly. I typed, I'm here because I want to be. The chat went silent for a long time. Finally, one last message came through. You're both insane. You deserve each other. I laughed, blocked her number, and got out of bed. When Evelyn came home that evening, she looked exhausted. But the moment she saw me, her face lit up. Leo. She ran and threw herself into my arms like a child. I'm so tired. Then rest. I led her to the couch and started rubbing her shoulders. She melted into my touch, her eyes closing. Leo. I transferred a majority stake of the company into your name. My hands froze. What? You're the chairman of Apex Dynamics now, she mumbled, already half asleep. Evelyn, are you insane? Trillions of dollars, just like that? No. Her eyes fluttered open, suddenly sharp and clear. What's mine is yours. I don't want it, I said firmly. I don't want the money. I just want you. Evelyn stared at me, and then she began to laugh, tears welling in her eyes. Leo, she said, cupping my face in her hands, the single best decision I ever made in my entire life was finding you in the rain that night. I leaned down and captured her lips with mine. I was written to be the villain, but I had somehow ended up with everything. No, I wasn't the hero of some news story. I was just Evelyn's, and that was everything. End.